Okay, I'll give you the word picture. I've had some lessons with another instructor, but I've never ever met you before. Yeah. He said today he has got the same car as you, so I am familiar with the controls. He said today we were going to do a reverse around a corner, either to the left or to the right. So I'm partly trained.
Okay.
Yeah. So my name's Tony. So I'll leave you to meet and greet.
Okay. Hi Tony, my name is Sue.
Hi Sue, nice to meet you.
I understand that Bob can't make it today.
No.
He's asked me to look at doing a left-hand reverse, a reverse round a corner with you today, to the left or to the right.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to drive and find a suitable location to do the reverse manoeuvre. And on the drive I'm going to be looking at your driving. In order to do this manoeuvre, you've got to have tight clutch control, and I can't remember what I'm supposed to do here.
Right, so come to the crunch of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any reversing before?
Okay, yeah. Have you ever done any reversing before?
I've done a little bit of straight reversing last week.
Okay, all right. And when you did that reversing, what did you have to do with regard to the pedals? How did you control the car?
I had to coordinate the pedals.
Okay, and so and when you say coordinate the pedals, what did you have to do?
I had to keep the car slow with the pedals.
Yeah, okay. And how did you keep the car slow?
By coordinating the pedals.
And so did you use tight clutch control?
Yeah, I was going very slow.
Going very, very slowly. Okay, all right. And when you were doing that reversing, where were you looking when you were doing that reversing?
I was looking that way.
Okay, and why is it important that you look out of the back when you're reversing?
He said if I was looking that way and going that way, it'd be a bit silly.
Yeah, because what might happen if you're looking that way and not
I'd
looking
hit
that way?
someone.
Yeah, so it's really important that we have good observations when we're doing a reverse manoeuvre. So we must make sure at all times while we're reversing, not only are we picking up what's going on behind, but we've also got a full picture of what's going on all the way around us. But really important that we're looking out of the back because the car's going backwards, so we might have somebody, for example, coming walking across the back of us. We must
Yeah,
make
I think
sure...
I probably answered it already for you, haven't I?
Pardon?
I
Yeah,
I
all
think
right
I probably
then.
answered
Okay.
it already for you.
All right then.
Yeah, so did I pick up a straight line reversing point?
Did you pick up a straight line reversing point?
I did, yeah.
Okay, and where is that straight line reversing point?
You don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
I have picked one up, yeah.
All right, okay.
I'm either going to pick one up or I haven't picked one up, yeah.
Right,
If we haven't
okay.
picked one up, we'd have to pick one up on site.
And that's where you're picking
Yeah.
up the middle point in the window. Is that what you're referring to when you say the straight line reversing
Straight line
point?
reverse point.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to go for a drive and we're going to find a suitable location to do the reverse manoeuvre. And what I want you to do is demonstrate to me that nice tight clutch control. Okay.
Shall I set myself up?
So if you can set yourself up for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you can see in this mirror, Tony.
I can see the whole of the back window. I can see a little bit of my head straight and a bit of yours.
Okay, and your right door mirror?
I can see 2 finger widths. I can see right down the end of this little road here.
Okay. And the left one?
I can see 2 finger widths. I can't see very far because the car behind me, but I can see the car at the top of the car. I can see the top of the mirror.
Okay. All right, so when you're ready, we'll go.
Too fast there. And turning left.
And turning left. Just then when you set off, Tony, what we need to do is, do you remember we've got to do a full round check. So you set off, you did check that side, but you didn't check this side, did you? So if we had pedestrians walking down the pavement, you wouldn't have picked them up, would you?
Oh, I had a check in that mirror there.
Okay.
What was a bit that I didn't do very well?
Clutch control. So you didn't, just on those pedals there, Tony, you actually lifted the clutch up too quickly and consequently the car jerked forward. So just watch that clutch control for me, just lift it up slowly.
Pretty good either, wasn't it? And turning right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please. Okay, so when you're bringing that clutch pedal up, bring it up don't bring it off straight away. Let the car get moving to about 1.5 car lengths, then bring that clutch pedal up slowly. You bring, just all that's happening is you're bringing the clutch pedal up too quickly.
Oh, right. You mean when I get to biting point?
When you get to biting point, that's right.
So come on, get inside my head a bit and find out some information you could find out for me, or
Okay, so-
educate me on this.
Right, so when have you done emerging at junctions, Tony?
Well, I'm thinking about the reverse around the corner itself. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, have you any idea why you might have to do this reverse around the corner?
Okay. So Tony, just when you're doing that a reverse manoeuvre around a corner, why would you need to do that manoeuvre?
Oh, because I have to do it on my driving test.
Yeah, but when you've got through your driving test, you're going to have to be able to do it, aren't you?
Am I?
Well, for example, if you went to a friend's house and you went past their house by, you weren't sure where they lived, and you went past their address, and you wanted to turn the car around, you might do a left-hand reverse there to turn the car around. I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please.
Oh, okay.
And we've also got to think where we might be able to do that left-hand reverse. We wouldn't be able to do it, for example, on a one-way. Wouldn't be able to reverse into a one-way street, would
Oh.
we? Can you think why we wouldn't be able to reverse into a one-way street?
I'll be going the wrong way, wouldn't I?
You would, yeah. Okay. And we need to, when we're doing a reverse manoeuvre, we need to look to see if it's safe for us to do the manoeuvre. We certainly wouldn't do a reverse manoeuvre from a minor road onto a major road.
Oh, okay.
Can you think why we wouldn't do that?
No.
We wouldn't do it from a minor road to a major road because we're coming onto a busy road, and it wouldn't be safe to do it.
Okay.
We've also got to, when we look into the road, before we start our turn to go to do our reverse manoeuvre, we've got to look into the road to make sure it's safe. So, for example, if we had children playing or cars parked near the beginning of the junction, we might not do it.
Okay.
And we'd look at things like whether there was a school nearby, or if we were onto a major junction, we wouldn't do it there. Okay.
And we're going to turn right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please.
And next left.
Take the next turning on the left, please. So, just coming out of row, will it be mirror work that I need to be watching, or could you cut corners and things like that when you're turning?
I'm going to stop on the left here.
Stop on that and pull up on the left here.
What's the
for me.
subject we're doing?
Reverse manoeuvre, so we're not. It won't be.
Sorry?
Reverse manoeuvre, so it won't be.
Okay. It's going to
Okay,
be a
turn it.
right-hand reverse into that road opposite, yeah?
All right. So, if you want to just turn your engine off for me, I'm just going to talk to you about this manoeuvre before we do it.
Bloody moves as soon as I do all this.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do a right reverse manoeuvre into the road on
Yeah.
the right here, okay? So we're going to set off from here and drive across over onto the right hand side. Now what we've got to be careful of is we've got to position our car so we're sort of this side of the centre line. I'm going to drive up just to the other side of the junction. I'm going to park up about 2 car lengths away from the junction. Now, before we make our commitment to turn over onto the right, we've got to make sure there's obviously no traffic coming down. So we've got to make sure we have a good look before we set off. So before you set off, we're going to do our check all the way around the car to make sure it's safe to go. We're then going to set off across the road, come across this side of the road, and before we make our turn, we're going to do a right blind spot check, just in case, for example, you've got a motorbike coming past you. Okay. And then we're going to pull over onto the right hand side, and we're going to be about a drain's width away from the curb.
All right.
Okay. We're then going to position our car, so we're going to be a drain's width away from the car. As we're coming across and we're coming past the junction, we're going to look into the junction to make sure that it's safe for us to actually do the manoeuvre. So we're going to have a look as we're coming. So we're here, we've checked over our shoulder to see if there's anything coming over our right shoulder. We're going to look into the junction to see if there's any obstructions in that junction for us to do the manoeuvre. And then we're going to make our commitment and come over as long as it's clear there's nothing coming down and overtaking us. Okay, we're going to pull up and we're going to be about a drain's width from the curb, and then we're going to reverse back round the corner. As we're reversing, we're making sure that we're looking all the way round, full observations. We're looking up the road, we're also checking the pavements, but primarily looking out the back window to see what's going on. We're going to follow the curb round until we get to the last straight point of the curb. And what we're going to do is we're going to, as you're coming round that corner, you're going to pick that the new part of the curb, the straight curb, in the quarter light of that back window.
All right. Yeah.
So this quarter light here.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick up the last. So as we're coming round, we're picking this straight bit up of this curb in the quarter light. Yeah. So as we get round, we pick the quarter light, and we're then going to put our full turn on, one full turn. So we're going to, if you imagine this as a clock face, you're going to turn that wheel from 12 o'clock all the way around to 12 o'clock. So that then we're going to let the car travel into the junction until it's straight. I forgot to pick up the reference point. Now what we're going. I've just forgotten to give you a reference point, Tony. So while we're here, we're actually going to pick up what's called a reference point from the curb here. So we're going to follow the curb. We're going to pick up the reference point here, but I'll help you with that when we get over there.
Shall I go across them?
Yeah, shall we put it into practice then? So what we'll do first of all, before we go, what I want you to do is check and do your all-round observations. I'm going to go across nice and slowly, so into the middle of the road. So we're going to look into the junction to see what's going on, see if there's anything to prevent us from doing
Do I
this.
indicate?
We're going to check first. Is there any need for us to indicate? Is anyone to benefit from our indicator?
Drains with, yeah?
Yeah, and about 2 car lengths away from the junction.
Okay.
So what I want you to do now is we're going to make sure we're going to do a full check all the way round. So I want you to imagine there's like a bubble around the car. So I'm going to check down the pavement at the front of the car, all the way back. No, I'm going to look from your right shoulder. I'm going to look from the left all the way round, up the pavement and over your shoulder to see what's going on, to get a full picture of what's happening. And when we reverse back, we're going to look out of the back window. And what I want you to do is I want you to pick up information all the way, so we're going to be checking all the way round. So we might go back slowly in instalments, but we're only going to look up and down the road to make sure it's safe for us to continue. So if you want to put the car in reverse, and I want into reverse, Tony, we're actually in fourth there. Okay, so if you can set your clutch pedal for me. Now, looking at the road here, we've got just take your foot off the accelerator a minute. Now, we've got a gradient here. If you look, we're on a slope, aren't we? So we're going to need a little bit, probably a little bit of gas to get us going, but only a little bit. We don't want too much gas, because if you put too much gas on, we're going to shoot up the road. Okay. We also don't want to lift the clutch too high, because just lower your clutch. What may happen is the car will also shoot.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's really important we set
Yeah.
the gas and the clutch
Yeah.
properly. Okay. So before we go now, I want you to check all the way round. So can you check for me?
Oh yeah.
So looking out of here now,
Yeah.
in that mirror,
Yeah.
out the front window,
Yeah.
here.
There they're coming.
Okay. So we'll just wait for them to get past. Okay, looking out your wing mirror, out of the right door mirror, and then glancing over your right shoulder, and then out the back window for me.
Which boat window?
Out of the back window here. So looking out of the back because we're going to reverse now. Take
Alright.
it nice and slowly using that clutch control. Slowly for me. And what I want you to do is I want you to look down. Just hold it there for me because I've got. Just hold it for me. Let's get another picture of the situation. So all the way round, we've got a car coming out of the new junction. If you look in the junction here, we've got a car coming out.
Let's go.
So looking over your right shoulder, Tony, so you can see what's going on. What I want you to do is I want you to pick up the first part of the straight curb in the new road in that quarter light for me. Okay, and you pick
Oh,
up the
it's there
straight
now,
curb,
yeah.
stop there
Yeah.
for me. Okay, just secure your car, please. And then I want you to now have another good look round to see
Oh.
what's going on, so we're clear that there's nothing to prevent us from doing that turn.
Yeah, it's all clear.
Okay, look in the new road, please.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to put that turn on. So one full turn of it wasn't what we call dry steer. So the car must be moving before you turn the wheel.
All right.
Okay?
Which way are we turning?
And you're going to turn it to the right because
right,
we're going right, aren't
Yeah,
we? So
alright.
one full
Yeah,
turn, 12
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
And then the car's going to come round the corner. Now, what I want you to do is the car swings round. We're going into the path of the traffic here. So
Yeah.
just stop the car a minute for me. Just secure your car. Just put your handbrake on. I want you to have a good look over your left shoulder now.
Yeah, it's all
To-
clear.
Can you look for me?
Yeah.
No, look properly over your left shoulder, please.
Yeah.
All right. All the way round now, picking up information to see if we've got anybody around. So look for me all the way round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look out of the back window to see what's happening.
Over there.
Okay. And then look over your right shoulder as we go into the junction. Right. Stop again. Have a look over this left shoulder as we
Stop
swing
again.
round.
Which is new.
It's really important, Tony, that we
No,
look.
dear.
Okay. Right, looking over your right shoulder now into the new junction to see what's happening. I'm going to let the car travel into the new road until the car's straight. Right, stop there for me. I know what I haven't done.
What's
Okay.
that for?
Right, if you want to keep the car moving now, what I want you to do is I want you to start to straighten the wheel, to do quarter turns
I
to
thought you said
straighten
wait
the
till
wheel.
the car's
Stop it.
straight.
Okay, keep the car straight now for me.
Oh, the car's straight now.
Right, stop now.
Yeah.
Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick, we're going to do quarter turns now to straighten, get the back of the car in towards the curb. Because if you have a look here, in your right door mirror,
Just turn the wheel to the right to come round the corner.
and now we've got to take the turn off.
Oh, it's run off. It's off now.
Okay. Now we're just going to do little tweaks to get the car. Okay, so looking out the back window, Tony, because if we've got anybody coming behind us.
It's only just that I've got to worry about.
No, you've got to look at all sides, so looking all the way around, picking up any information.
And what am I looking for?
And we're looking for pedestrians and
No, I
we're
mean, what
looking
am I
for
looking for
cars.
in relation to the curb?
So we want to be a drain's width from the curb when we park against the curb.
How do I do that?
So you're going to look here out of the back window. Yeah, I haven't given you a reference point.
Did I tell you I had a reference point at the beginning?
Yes, you did. So using your reference point, Tony, that you told me that you had before,
Yeah.
using that reference
Yeah,
point.
I need to come into it.
So looking out of the back window, find your reference point.
It's not there. I need to come over.
So doing a quarter to right, where's this
Do a
turn?
quarter turn, what?
Quarter turn to the right.
All right. I've got to learn it.
Yeah, wait, one moment. Looking out the back window for me. looking out the back turning in case we've got somebody there. And then another quarter turn to bring you
Well, another
towards
quarter
you,
turn to the right.
you.
That's where I was.
And then straighten your wheel for me
Yeah.
now. Yep.
And now it's all crooked. Sorry?
I don't know how to get out of this.
Look at the back window.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you look at the front window and the back window,
Yeah.
we need to get that car straight. So,
I've got the wheel
so
straight.
turn the wheel. So turn the wheel towards me,
How much?
a quarter turn,
Oh, a quarter turn, all right.
which will bring the back end in,
Oh,
and then straighten it up for me, and let the car stop there.
oh my
Looking
straight
at
line
the back-
reverse points there now.
Okay, and stop there for me.
All right.
Keep your feet still, secure your car,
Alright.
take it out of gear. Right, rubbish.
Yeah, I had a straight line reverse point, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah?
So I should have brought you round and got you to find that straight
Yeah.
line reversing point
Yeah.
and line it up with the curb.
Yeah, you got me into the corner nicely.
Okay.
The only thing you're doing, and I don't know why you're doing it,
Mm.
is you're doing the looking for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Right. Okay.
There's not much point in me.
No.
There's not much point in me stretching my neck if you're doing the stretching for me, yeah?
Okay.
Every time you're looking, I'm not looking, yeah?
Mhm.
And that's just got to be the way it is, really, because you've got to make sure I'm looking, haven't you?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Not too bad.
It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't. It was garbled, wasn't it? It wasn't structured. And when I got you over there, I realised I hadn't done the straight line reverse point. Or when I was over here, I
Well,
realised.
this is where we're kind of gone wrong, really. You're not remembering what information I've given you on the word picture.
Mm. Mhm.
I encourage you to ask me, did I pick up a straight line reversing point? What was the answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I said no, then we'd have to pick one up, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay.
But I did tell you that we have picked one up.
Mhm.
Just tell me to use it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Once I get around that corner
Yep.
and I get straight, I need to check that straight line reversing point.
Mhm.
It may be there, it may not be there.
Mhm.
If it's not, I've got to come to it, haven't I?
Yeah. Okay. And then using the front of the car and the back of the car, like you told me last lesson, to line it up to get it to where I need to get it to. So looking to see where it's out, and I can see that now. Yeah. Okay.
Right, let me just change that battery.
Did I do it properly to get you to look over your right shoulder first, to look round? That was the other thing.
It's effective observations. We've been here before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm looking everywhere here,
Mhm.
but you have to make sure I'm looking, yeah?
Yeah.
What am I looking for when I'm looking all around me, apart from cars?